It's showtime. Yes, men, it's showtime, meaning another magic taxi ride up and down the Broadway years and back and forth across the gay white way for tune-ins on the tops and the best and brightest of musical shows of stage and screen. Yes, sir, with our very own Armed Forces Radio Service Orchestra responding to the baton of Private Nate Scott. And showing up, here it comes now, that Showtime taxi cab with your regular Showtime steady gal. Yes, it's...
Hello, fellas.
Yes, who could ask for anything more? It's Dinah Shore.
Hi, gang. Well, it's our night to paint the town. We're loose on Old Broadway with tickets for some of the best shows, music-wise, that ever set customers' toes to tapping. So, into the Showtime cab, everybody. And driver, take us up to 44th Street, will you? Let us out when you come to 1930 A.D. Now, that was a nice, quiet, quick ride, wasn't it? And here we are, the Majestic Theater and the scene of Lou Leslie's highly touted international review. Gertrude Lawrence is the big star with Harry Richmond and Mrs. Pearl's little boy, Jackie. It's a high-speed review charged with Jimmy McHugh's music, and if you'd care for a sample, I can make with it. From the International Review, circa 1930, exactly like you. I know why I've waited, know why I've been blue. Prayed each night for someone exactly like you. Why should we spend money on a show or two? No one does those love scenes exactly like you. You make me feel so grand. I want to hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming, scheme I'm scheming. Now I know why Mother taught me to be true. She meant me for someone exactly like you. Me for someone exactly like you, exactly like you. Well, Showtimers, what do you say we take a 15-year hop and a skip back from 1930 and the International Review to that historic year, 1945? Just to get our bearings, a slab of cheesecake at Lindy's, if you're in the mood, and a trip up Schubert Alley for a look-in at a smash musical comedy that's still packing 'em solid, Bloomer Girl. It has a swell plot about a pre-Civil War mouse named Dolly Bloomer. She invented an item of ladies' apparel that subsequently came to be known as bloomers, and the plot unfolds to the rolling rhythm of hot tunes and sweet ones. I think you'll like Evelina from Bloomer Girl. Joe Lilly and his all-boys Showtime chorus have at Evelina thusly. Well, Evelina.
Evelina, won't you ever take a shine to that moon? Evelina, ain't you bothered by the bobolink's tune? Tell me how long you're gonna keep delaying the day. Don't you reckon it's wrong?
Wrangling with April this way.
Baby, Evelina, won't you pay a little mind to me soon? Wake up, wake up. The earth is fair, the fruit is fine. But what's the use of smelling watermelon, clinging to another fella's vine? Evelina, won't you roll off that vine and be mine? Wake up, wake up. The earth is fair, the fruit is fine. But what's the use of smelling watermelon growing on another
Where next, fellas? How would you like to taxi back to 1936 and one of the tuneful films of the era billed as Born to Dance? The lad they hired to cook up the tunes for Born to Dance was none other than old King Cole Porter. Jimmy Stewart, a fellow who was later cast in a non-com supporting role in a bigger show, starred in Born to Dance with Eleanor Powell, Virginia Bruce, Una Merkel, and Sid Silvers. And, let's see now. Have I forgotten anything? Oh, yes. Well, of course, that lovely lady of the limpid eyes, my good friend, and she sings too darn good, Frances Langford. A song from Born to Dance that she sang that I'm going to sing for you now, whether you like it or not, Got You Under My Skin.
I've got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. La-da-da-da. 'Cause I've got you under my skin.
You know, fellas, quite a few of you Showtimers have asked about our Showtime theme. You know, dum-dum-da-dee-dum, da-dum-dum, da-dee-dum. Well, that's sort of it. Anyway, that's one of the great show tunes that had the customers toe-tapping back in 1926. What do you say we take a short run over to the Fulton Theater? No connection with the well-known fish market of the same name. Okay, well, here we are then, the Fulton Theater on 46th Street, and in time for the overture and a show called Oh, Please. It's a Charles Dillingham production starring Helen Broderick, Charles Wenninger, and Beatrice Lilly. You've heard the number as our Showtime theme, but now here's the full treatment. Your own Armed Forces Radio Service Orchestra under the direction of that BTO, a big-time operator to you, Corporal Nate Scott. Let's go with I Know That You Know. Well, fellas, enter the cab again, and this time it's a transcontinental slide all the way to Hollywood. The boys at International RKO made a movie musical entitled Belle of the Yukon. Gypsy Rose Lee and Randy Scott and yours truly are in the picture. Johnny Burke and Jimmy Van Heusen have dreamed up the music, including a little pipe dream titled Like Someone in Love. You mind if I redo a song I sang in Belle of the Yukon?
I find myself out gazing at stars, hearing guitars like someone in love. Sometimes the things I do astound me, mostly whenever you're around me. Lately I seem to walk as though I had wings, bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm limp as a glove and feeling like someone in as a glove and feeling like someone in
Well, fellas, we're off to the movies. What do you say we start with that merry movie musical, In Society? And in deference to you Bostonians who are along on our Showtime ride, let's see it in Boston. Sure, Mike, there's the Hotel Terrain up there at the corner of Boylston, and there's the Old Bradford across the street, and maybe after the show we can stop in at Bob Burger's for one of those steaks. Well, anyway, here we are at the Metropolitan Theater, a strictly first-run house. It's Abbott and Costello, In Society. Imagine that. And here's a song from the picture that climbed up to the top of the hit parade in a hurry. My dreams are getting better all the time. Well, what do you know? He smiled at me in my dreams last night. My dreams are getting better all the time. And what do you know? He looked at me in a different light. My dreams are getting better all the time. To think that we were strangers a couple of nights ago, and though it's a dream, I never dreamed he'd ever say hello. Maybe tonight I'll hold him tight when the moonbeams shine. My dreams are getting better all the time. Strangers a couple of nights ago, and though it's a dream, I never dreamed he'd ever say hello. Well, maybe tonight he'll hold me tight when the moonbeams shine. My dreams are getting better all the time. You know, men, the experts estimate that more than 1 million GIs and Blue Jackets have a look at sunny California on their way to one point or another. And the same experts predict that a lot of you fellas took a sniff of the California ozone and a look at the beaches and us gals maybe, and have decided that California is for you when settling down time comes. So, seeing that our Showtime cab has brought us to Hollywood on Showtime, what say we stick long enough to take another look at a movie called Can't Help Singing? It has been blessed with music by no less a master of his craft than the very great Jerome Kern. It's the Showtime chorus again with the very enlightening Kern tune entitled California.
California, where each plum and each prune is as big as the moon. California, where December comes rolled up like May. There are gals who attract us, there's gold in the cactus, so bless the day that we found California, for without it there's no USA. In this new El Dorado, there's free avocado for everyone, and there's none that weighs under a ton. What a fabulous climate. We have luscious persimmon, and brother, what women, they rival each. Gladiola, magnolia, and peach. So we say to each friend who may seek journey's end, we commend California, where the rain doesn't rain, it just drizzles. Champagne, California, where romance is the theme of the day. From San Pedro to Fresno, no maiden there says no when love is nigh. For in gay California, everything is tremendous, titanic, stupendous. The ocean is better and bluer and wetter. The mountains are higher, the deserts are drier. The boys have more shekels, the girls have more freckles. California, for without it there's no USA. Dear Chamber of Commerce, we've now kept our promise, so put the machine guns away. And let's get together and get better weather in California.
Let's be getting on back to Broadway, men, in 1931. Broadway wouldn't be Broadway without George White's scandals, you all know that. And the 1931 edition featured Rudy Valley, Ethel Merman, and Ray Bolger. And in 31, they called the tunes Torchy. What they meant by that was, well, here's a sample, a song entitled The Thrill Is Gone.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. I can see it in your eyes. I can hear it in your sighs. Hear your touch and realize the thrill is gone. The nights are cold, for love is old. Love was grand when love was new. Birds were singing, skies were blue. Now it don't appeal to you. The thrill is gone. This is the end, so why pretend and let it linger on? The thrill is gone.
I can hear in your song. The thrill is gone. This is the end. So why pretend and let it linger on? The thrill
years old. Love was grand when love was new. Birds were singing, skies were blue. Now it don't appeal to you. The thrill is gone. This is the end. So why pretend and let it linger on? The thrill is gone. The thrill is
You know, some weeks back, Showtime brought you a preview of some of the music from a very important musical called Carousel. Since that time, the show has opened on Broadway, and as predicted, it's a solid hit, just about the biggest thing ever to bust into full bloom along the Gay White Way. How would you like to catch another earful of music from Carousel? Right? All right, then it's on to Broadway, the Broadway of right now, driver. Here we are. Dick Rogers and Oscar Hammerstein have provided the music with the same masterful flourish that marks their other great success, Oklahoma. Carousel is based on the Ferenc Molnar play, Lilium. And if you know your Hungarian onions, you know that Lilium means tough guy. Lilium is the hard-boiled barker in a sideshow, and the action in Carousel moves against an amusement park background. Lilium's girlfriend is a wistful little wisp of fluff, and Lilium pushes her around something awful, but she loves it. Anyway, here's a Showtime medley from Carousel. We'll start out with me singing What's the Use of Wonderin', then the AFRS Orchestra takes over with a bright thing entitled June is busting out all over, and then before we close up the Carousel sample case, I'll do If I Loved You, and I do.
What's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad, or if you like the way he wears his hat? Oh, what's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? He's your fella and you love him. That's all there is to that. Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, and now's the time to break and run away. But what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad? He's your fella and you love him. There's nothing more to say. Something made him the way that he is, whether he's false or true, and something gave him the things that are his. One of those things is you. So when he wants your kisses, you will give them to the lad. And anywhere he leads you, you will walk. And anytime he needs you, you'll go running there like mad. You're his girl and he's your fella, and all the rest is talk. I loved you, time and again I would try to say, oh, I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. So you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of days, never, never to know.
Well, fellas, that just about winds up another Showtime evening on Old Broadway. So it's goodbye now with a hug and a kiss from Dinah Shore. This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.